Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we're having a bit of a off-the-cuff, kind of just open discussion regarding the future of the channel, a couple of changes that you may have noticed recently, and kind of the reasoning behind them over this very grindy, Jund gameplay with the Mind Splice apparatus Azorius control. That was frankly just too long to put into a video. So, hope you guys enjoy the gameplay. If you don't care about channel updates, more gameplay I think we released today. And then also, of course, we'll be having videos tomorrow. So let's get right into it. The first order of business, the change of name. What happened to good old Mr. Poutine? Well, basically, I think we just have to go back to the start of the channel. I created this channel kind of to originally just upload clips of actually Rainbow Six Siege, if anybody knows that game. And yeah, just sort of for my friends and the squad I was playing with at the time. And basically, the origin of the name is we all had these very stupid kind of like play on words of world famous people. So we were just a clan running around in Rainbow Six and Call of Duty with names like Putin and Kim Dong Hung, things of that nature. Very childish, of course, but you know, Xbox and all that. So yeah, that was the intent of the channel. And then I got into Magic the Gathering around Innistrad Crimson Vow, I think. Yeah, Crimson Vow. And that was my first experience with Magic ever. I never played it as a kid. I was always a Pokemon gamer, so my friend got me into Magic because I was playing Hearthstone as well, and I just wanted I guess, frankly, a better card game because Hearthstone got a bit boring. So made the channel for the Xbox clips, and then it kind of morphed into, all right, well, I'm playing Magic now, and I wanted to look at the games, record the games, watch them myself, and kind of see how I could improve, where I was going wrong, what kind of like what cards people were playing, things like that. Because coming into Magic, it's a pretty expansive, obviously, card selection. Like I didn't know what the formats were. And it was just a lot. So I wanted a place where I could just upload my videos and then just watch them back for myself. Of course, I had them public, never thinking anyone would watch. There were no thumbnails. The titles were pretty much just like what the deck I was playing was. And it started getting views. And so I was like, well, maybe I'll keep uploading games then. I don't know if people are watching, whatever, that's cool. And then it started getting more views and more views. And I was like, well, maybe I will try and add a thumbnail. And we didn't do any commentary back then. So I was like, if people are still watching when I'm not doing commentary, and if I have thumbnails on, then maybe this can actually go somewhere. So I started making thumbnails, putting them on the videos, changing the titles a little bit, making the descriptions descriptive, putting the deck list and putting timestamps. And people showed interest, and we started getting subscribers. So it kind of then morphed into what it is today, where we started doing commentaries, and people are subscribing to the channel and supporting the content. And thank you all, by the way, for all of that. I never really expected any of it. So with that in mind, basically I realized the name that we have in game and on the channel can be divisive, right? Not only is it quite childish with poo, but with things going on today, a bit of a divisive topic, right? So I think going forward for the future of the channel, I want to take it more seriously. Obviously, we started doing commentaries. We have our thumbnails. I want to make better thumbnails, and I just want to make better content for you all. So yeah, I don't know. I wanted to change it. And that kind of goes along with more of a branding thing as well. Like, the name is easy to remember, of course, but also just from a technical level. For those of you that don't know, my background is actually in digital marketing, specifically SEO. And SEO, search engine optimization, not only for organic Google results, like searches, but also, of course, YouTube is owned by Google, so it's kind of a very similar game here. But if you're searching for like the name, the Putin, Pootin, you're gonna start getting results for like news outlets and things like that, because Google will recognize the misspelling, and so it'll be not only harder to find content, but also it's like brands don't want to work with, um, you know, divisive type usernames basically because it's bad for their brand as well. Um, and I'm not saying that like, oh yeah, I'm gonna, get all these brand deals and sponsorships and things like that, but I think just, on many different levels, it made sense to change. So the name Grumpstein actually was my first ever Xbox Live username, and I used it up until I switched to PC from Xbox, um, like maybe a year or two ago, year and a half ago, something like that. So I've had this name, and it was generated by Xbox. The original Xbox, when Xbox Live first came out in 2001, I think it was. Um, I was playing Xbox as Grumstein ever since then, and I've played Xbox consistently from 2001 up until, like I said, about 2 years ago. So the name has a lot of history with me. I actually have my wife got me like a Grumstein light up, like nameplate for my desk a couple years back. Um, so it's always been kind of a part of my online identity, and I don't know. It just felt like the original, right? Like the original. If I were to make a brand, then that would be it because it's been with me since for what, like 20 years, more than that, you know. So yeah, that was it. Just made sense to me on multiple different levels to make that change. I think it's more brandable. I think it's just better, and it has more sentimental connection with me, other than just like memeing on Rainbow Six and Call of Duty, right? So yeah, that's pretty much the reason we decided to make that change. I've been thinking about it for a while, and yeah, I don't know. Last night I was just like, let's do it. So that's why you saw the change today. Um, what else? Going forward, let's talk about the channel content. So I want to keep making best of one videos because I enjoy best of one the most. I think it's the most consumable, and it's for me, it's what I watch when I watch YouTubers like CGB, Sonio, etc. Right? Yeah. So I want to keep making content like that. It's the format I play. It's the format I watch. It's what I enjoy doing. So we're going to keep going forward with that. I also have been enjoying Historic Brawl, but since the new set is still new and there's still different decks to try, I'm not sure that we'll be bringing Brawl back to the channel for a little bit. If meta gets stale again, like it did last time, we'll be doing more Brawl. We'll explore, probably Explorer as well. Maybe some Historic, but I don't really have the cards for that. So, yeah. What else? In terms of series, I really like the Road to Mythic. I feel like that's been valuable for the viewers as well, just because you get such a large sample size of data to work with on a particular deck. So instead of the usual, like, I don't know, 10 games people will play and say, like, 70% win rate, well, if you have like 12 hours of playtime with a particular deck and over 50 games, that's a much different data set than, 10 games, 70% win rate, right? It's probably going to be around 50, 55, 60, something like that. So yeah, I think that series is valuable. It's one I want to keep going on with. This particular upcoming cycle, I have a lot of stuff going on with work and in personal life as well. So I just don't have the time to dedicate to Road to Mythic this go around. But when the rankings reset at the end of the month, we'll probably pick it up again. And then, of course, we have new cards coming out next month, so we'll do it then as well with a new brew with some of the new cards. But yeah, I think for this month, we're just going to be doing, different decks every day, getting to Mythic, and then kind of going from there. But so I don't want you all to think that the series is not coming back. It is, because it's one I definitely like, and I think there's a lot of value in it. So we'll be doing that, just not this month. What else? I think that was really it. I didn't have much else to go over. I think the name change was the big one, and it's gonna probably catch a lot of people by surprise. But Yeah, there it is. It is what it is. Maybe I'll get a logo. I don't know. I really like the Dockside chef. When that card was first announced, I was like, this card is sweet. So I want to. I'll probably just keep that around for a while. Um, Probably going to update the thumbnails at some point. I feel like I can find someone to do it better than me just playing around in Photoshop for an hour. And we'll probably look at getting some actual transitions and stuff as well, just to make things a little bit more polished. Um, but yeah, I mean, going forward. Oh, Discord. I need to make a Discord. I said I'm going to make it for I don't know how long now. Never have. I will get on that. It will be linked in the description at some point, and I'll probably just start mentioning it in videos as well. In terms of the format of videos, I think the post-game deck overview at the end is pretty valuable, because typically I don't play, just 5 or 10 games with a deck. Normally I'll have like 20 or so. So I think it's important to get an idea of what the actual win rate is, because we do cut losses. We also cut some wins with our videos, and I know that cutting losses is something that people have mentioned and commented before, saying like, oh, it's disingenuous and it doesn't really show like, oh, this deck loses a lot because you only show wins. But that's where I think the post game deck overview is important, because as you all know, if you've watched the channel for a while, and you better have been watching till the end, we show the win rates, the breakdowns of matches. We talk about card selection sometimes, but we basically show like, all right, look, this deck wins, 50% of the time against mono red. It wins 70% of the time against mono black, etc. Right? And we played this many matches against these decks. Everything else down here is only one match, so don't even like look at that or take that data into account. You know how it goes. So we're definitely keeping that around. Intros, I think I'm gonna cut the intros down to be shorter, because at a certain point in the season, right, everybody knows what the cards are. You've played them all. If we're running some like really obscure card that nobody ever plays, I'll mention it. But I think for the most part, unless a new season or a new expansion or new cards have just come out, we're not gonna spend a bunch of time going over like, all right, this card does this card does that. If there's a really specific synergy, then we'll probably talk about it. But for the most part, I'm going to try and keep the intros down to like a minute, if not less. And yeah, and then we'll just get into the games, and then maybe we'll talk more at the end of the videos in the overview, because I think that's where the actual value is. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do for the video formats going forward as well. In terms of decks like that we play, I'm still a control gamer at heart, right? And control has been in a bit of a rocky place for a while. But I think with the introduction of the Mind Splice apparatus, things really open up for control, particularly in decks like the one we're playing here in the background, the Azorius control. I feel like that deck does pretty well. So, yeah, I want to play more control, but the problem is I don't want to play just the same thing over and over again. There are some things I will flat out refuse to play, including mono red burn / aggro, because you guys know it makes my blood boil. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So I refuse to play that. But things like Gruul aggro, which we put out today, I can get behind, right? Because we have counters, we have some memes in there with the Curse of Hospitality. It's just a more refined and cultured aggro, if you will. No hate to the mono red gamers, but just not for me. So I think we'll continue kind of just playing a wide variety of decks. I'll try and mix it up. I noticed that a lot of my lists include white, so I may want to stray away from that a little bit. Maybe try some Rakdos. I don't think we played that at all this season. Just experiment with different things. Once we hit Mythic, I think we're going to make a bit of a resurgence with the jank nonsense. I really like Mondrak. I really like Urborg. I really like the Vesuvan Duplimancy. So I think we're gonna meme when we hit Mythic this time around. So you can look forward to that if that is your cup of tea. But I think that's really all I wanted to talk about. Feel free to leave your thoughts and comments down below here. I'm not expecting this to get, a ton of views. But I wanted to have an update for those of you that care and are interested. So here it is. I'll leave the gameplay going in the background. We'll jump back in with the commentary I had for this one. Yeah, you guys can enjoy the video. There's no post-game deck overview or anything at the end, so yeah, don't expect that. Just the game. It's a good one, though. It's a grindy one. So yeah, as always, thank you all for supporting the channel. Thank you for coming on this journey with me. It's really been kind of crazy seeing, everything unfold as it has. I never expected it, and yeah, I mean, it's not like we have 100,000 subscribers and we're popping off to the moon, but at the same time, I feel like we have a nice community here where, for the most part, everyone's positive, and we have regular people commenting on the videos and stuff and interacting in the comments section. So again, I really do appreciate all of that. For all you lurkers here as well, don't be afraid to come say hi. But I appreciate you as well. So thank you all again for supporting the channel, and I hope you will continue on this journey with me as we move forward into the bright future. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of the game if you choose to stick around. If not, cool. Thanks for watching this part at least, and I will see you in the next video. We're going to go for Shigeki here, I think. Ooh, a Shelly. They may be tempted by that, but I don't think that gets them there. Not in time. They need to get Shigeki. Uh-huh. I think we have one more Farewell, which puts an end to literally all of this. Hey, Liliana's.
Enough with the mysteries.
We probably need depopulate, so we'll discard Altora.
I'm tired of your secrets.
Ooh. Saved. Alright. 17 cards. What am I doing? Let's draw for 10. Wait, what? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Stop. Alright, here we go. Bingo. The equation has been solved. Nine cards left. We know 4 of them on the bottom, 2 lands and a scrutiny, all of which do nothing. So, realistically, 5 cards left. Farewell has been acquired. I do have a Witness the Future in here, though, I think. Intriguing. Alright, we don't need Union anymore.
We all have things we'd rather forget.
Here comes Titan. Okay. So we go White Suns here and make them blow up all of their things. Here's the Witness. Yeah, we don't need Farewell yet. 13, 12, 11. Back to 38. They are forced into burn down for full value here. which keeps Liliana off of, or for 5 damage, I mean, which keeps Liliana off of the ultimate. I clicked the plus button though, like a mad lad. Alright, we're burning it down.
You know, I think you'd look better as a corpse.
Alright. Here comes the sadness. Last 2 lands. GG. Doesn't really matter what they are. We got him. What a game.